Welcome to another edition of the Black Catz podcast. Lord, what show we have from the trades to the Thursday night game. Let's get into it. This is the Black Catz podcast.
Y'all know what time it is. Why? I like to introduce the song. And present to many. Carolina Panthers. Let go. There we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kickout, so go on, let us see. So we can get the kids on and show you how we dance. Black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Yeah, black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Game face on, ready for whatever. Rain, sleet, snow, go through any weather. We gon' play to win, cause long as we together. We gon' take it out, cause ain't nobody better. Heart of a champ, mind of a winner. How we do it.
So, Thursday night we went against the Houston Texans. I know I on the earlier podcast I said Tampa Bay. I don't know what I was thinking, but the Houston Texans. And this was a game we should have won, quite frankly, and we did. Now, there's a lot of bits and pieces of this game that I think that were very interesting. Unfortunately, let's just get it out the way now. Christian-McCaffrey, he pulled his hamstring, and even serious or more injury is our star cornerback, J.C. Horn, our draft pick this year, first round. And his is a little bit more serious. He still hasn't decided if he's going to get surgery or not, but he is on IR. Christian McCaffrey, the good news is that the team decided not to put him on IR. So that means the boomerang IR that we have they have in place right now means that they would have to sit out 3 games. So if we're not putting him on IR, it looks like it might be a good sign where he might only miss 1, maybe even possibly 2 games. But this game was a roller coaster for me because, we should have won by more. The score is a lot closer than it should have been. The defense, first of all, is still, getting after the quarterback, pass rushing, and I'm liking it. Like, the defense is ferocious, man. Like, the secondary still, Jackson, I know it's a contract year, but D-Jack, he is playing his butt off right now. And he's playing for that contract. Now, I'm still on the fence if we should pay him or not, even if he have a good year. But he is playing his butt off, and he's finally beginning to tackle. The offense basically did what the offense needed to do. We were a little more stagnant than I would like. Chris McCaffrey, his injury when he went out, we actually opened it up a little bit more, which I like. We should do that when he's in, so we won't have to rely on him for every play. We opened it up a little bit more, and I absolutely thought Sam Darnold made some really good throws. I know a lot of people said the throw that he made to the tight end, it was a bad throw, but it was in the tight end's hands. And you know how I feel about that. If it's in your hands, catch the damn ball. So, it's... The offense was really, really, really good when it came to certain things. I think that in the second half, Sam Darnold got a little bit more comfortable. And when he got a little bit more comfortable, you start to see him make those throws. And he's a very, very accurate quarterback, surprisingly, on the run. That's something that I was not expecting. He's a really good quarterback on the run. Now, the defense, like I said, they were after the passer, getting after the passer. Now, with the J.C. Horn injury, we'll have to see if the cornerbacks and everything, if it affects us, but especially coming with the upcoming game. If our pass rush can be this dominant, though, like I tell everybody, pass rush gets cornerbacks paid. Because if you don't have a good pass rush, I don't care if you have freaking Deion freaking Sanders. You giving a quarterback 5, 6, 7 seconds in the pocket, it's gonna, the cornerback can't do their job for that long. So like, pass rush makes cornerbacks. Remember Richard Marshall and Captain Mutherland and all those cornerbacks that got paid? That was because in 2000 and whatever, we had Greg Hardy. 2015, we had Greg Hardy, and we have Charles Johnson. We had those bookends. So like, and I am absolutely loving our pickups from the free agency. Like Daquan Jones, he's showing up. Morgan Fox is being a monster out there right now, and I love that. Like and Shaq Thompson, I keep on telling you, Shaq Thompson is playing his butt off. This is how Shaq Thompson should have looked from day one. This is what we were expecting. Even when we gave him a new contract, we gave him a new contract when he rightfully really didn't deserve it. Like, so I am loving our defense. I love how our offense is coming together. They're not where I think they should be right now. I think we should use Marshall a little bit more. Obviously, Robbie Anderson, you just got paid, man. I need you to get, catch some bombs or whatever the case may be. But it really wasn't too much to even say about this game, because it was a game that everything went the way it was supposed to go. I see a lot of people having us in the power rankings. Some people have us kind of high, but then a lot of people still aren't believing in us. Which, they're not believing in us, but the Cowboys, they've had a terribly weak schedule. The Broncos have a terribly weak schedule. The first 3 games, other than the Bucks for the Cowboys, who. Okay, like, and maybe I shouldn't use the Cowboys because they did face the Chargers, but Chargers ain't really. I mean, they're. I like the Chargers. I can't say that, but my point is the Broncos. There's plenty of 3-0 teams and 2-1 teams that have had a really good schedule. So, like, I don't understand how Carolina having the number one defense. The Broncos, the teams that they played are 0-9 right now. You don't hear hardly nobody saying, "Oh, they're not that good of a defense," or whatever the case may be. No. So I'm not buying that it's just the teams we play. Now, like I tell you, we will get a really, really good test this upcoming Sunday. But yeah, I am so excited about this team, and I think our offense is going to continue to grow. I think Sam Darnold is going to continue to grow. And then let's get to the breaking news that we had early this week, probably like Monday, I think. We just traded for C.J. Henderson. Now, I will say I did like Dan Arnold. We traded Dan Arnold in a 3rd-round pick for C.J. Henderson in a 5th-round pick. I like Dan Arnold, I should say. But, I mean, he had a lot of drops in that Texans game, and it's not even just that. Like, we had an opportunity to get a player that's been drafted number 9 overall. So a lot of people had him the 2nd best cornerback in the draft after Okudah, last year. And for whatever reason, it didn't work out. But he reminds me, he's very, very similar to Horn. Like, he was my 2nd best cornerback last year as well. Like, he is very, very talented. He's more of a man corner, just like Horn. He does struggle a little bit with press coverage, but that can be taught. Like, he has really good makeup speed, and he has really good instincts. I absolutely love this trade. We gotta still, and we're thinking long term as well. So if both of these guys can be the guys that we think they can be, like these shutdown cornerbacks, and then, we have 2 cornerbacks on rookie deals for the next 3 and 4 years. So you can't get better than that. And then we even have, if we want to, we can have the ability now to sign DJ. And if we do that, that's 3 quarterbacks that can cover, that has ball skills, that can, I am loving it. That is the cornerstone of our defense for the next half a decade at least. And that is brilliant. I love the job that Scott Fitterer is doing. Scott Fitterer, now everybody knows I wasn't the hardest Marty Herney critic. Like, I thought he did a fine job. I thought he was a serviceable DM. I thought he can draft, especially in the first couple rounds, he can draft really good players. Like, hell, even during the David Gettleman era, we still had players from Marty Herney. So that should tell you something. So anybody you can disagree all you want, but anybody, that thinks that he was just a terrible GM. Now, when it comes to finance, yes, he was horrible. But anybody that says that he wasn't a really good scout, a really good GM when it came to that portion, they need to go reevaluate it. But Scott Fitterer is showing us what a GM is supposed to look like when it comes to a good GM. He showed us a little bit in the draft. He's constantly working. He's working in the Magic. We're not giving up ridiculous, crazy stuff for players. And I mean, he's bringing in more and more talent, and I love it. I cannot tell you enough. I love it so much. But yeah, like I think our defense is in the right position for years and years to come. Not even just talking about this year, but years and years to come, because you still got Brian Burns. We re-signed Reddit. I mean, we still have all these pieces, and I absolutely love it. Jeremy Chin is still playing at a high level. I don't think he gets enough credit for everything he does. But this defense is really going to be really, really good. Now, looking ahead for the last little section we're going to talk about the upcoming game. It's against the Cowboys, the Cowgirls, however you want to say it. I know no one is giving us a chance at this. No one. I've seen all these media outlets. Nobody's giving us a chance. Oh, the Cowboys should win this one. The Panthers didn't play anybody. Just a warning. This defense is hearing all of that. Now, I don't take nothing wrong from the Cowboys. The Cowboys have a great offense, a great receiving core, more so. Now, I think that we can put a stop to their running game. Like, they have some big guys up front, but our run defense is so good. I think we can put a stop to and Brown in the middle and everything. I think we can put a stop to their running game. If Dak Prescott, if he has time in the pocket, he will destroy us. I'm not even gonna pretend that he won't. But, and there lies the problem, if he has time. Now, but I promise you, we are gonna blitz him like crazy, and he's not gonna have the time that he thinks he's gonna have. CeeDee Lamb. Now Gallup, he is out. But we still had to face CeeDee Lamb. I think that they are underutilizing his talent because he, to me, should be the best receiver on that team. But they still got a lot of weapons. And their defense is very, very much improved. But unless they send Parson every time, because Parson he was my number one defensive player in the league. In the draft last year, or the last draft. So I don't know how they're going to use Parson. They're probably going to use him as a pass rusher because I think D-Law is still out. But I'm telling you, y'all better get to us because. And this isn't a fantasy show, but if I were y'all, I would pick up Chuba Hubbard because we seen how last year we used Mike Davis, same exact role, but Chuba is a little bit faster, a little bit quicker. He gives us more of that Christian McCaffrey dynamic. Now, no one is going to put up Christian McCaffrey numbers, but what I will tell you is this team is set up for an upset. It won't be an upset to me. It won't be an upset to you. But it will be somewhat of an upset because, a lot of media personnel and everything, they don't view the Panthers as anything. But after this Sunday, they will. We'll be all over the map. This is a global game that's about to happen. And we about to put our foot where the sun don't shine. Well, I do want to, before I get off of this, I know it's a pretty much of a short one today, but I do want to thank everyone that supports me, everyone that watches. Please, if you're watching on the podcast view, if it comes through like a podcast and everything, please go to my YouTube, Black Cat, and the Black Cats podcast. And thank you guys so much for everyone that supports me, everyone that is viewing this. Please leave a like, subscribe, please share, and we will see you next time. But remember, if you're not a Panthers fan, you're not a fan at all.
Y'all know what time it is. Why? I like to introduce the song. Bow, ha, and present to many. Ha, Carolina Panthers. Let go. There we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kick out, so go let us see, so we can get the kids on and show you how we dance.